In this short video, let's discuss buying gold diamond rings. One of the great things about buying jewellery in the UK when you're talking about gold is it's a legal requirement to have it hallmarked if the ring is over 1 gram in weight. Now, whilst there are some sort of stack it high, sell it cheap jewellers making rings with less than 1 gram, they're very, very flimsy, and realistically, any nice looking gold ring weighs more than 1 gram in weight. So the great thing in the UK is whenever you buy a diamond ring in gold over 1 gram in weight, on the inside, if you look closely, you'll see a tiny little hallmark, and that has come from one of the 4 hallmarking offices in the UK, one in London, one in Birmingham, one in Sheffield, and one in Edinburgh. And in there, in that hallmark, you are guaranteed the purity. When we send our rings off to the assay offices, they will measure the purity of the gold. So in the UK, if we say it's 9 karat gold, it has to be 9 karat gold. If we say it's 18 karat gold, it has to be 18 karat gold. It can't be 17.999. It has to be a minimum of 18 karat gold. And there's very few countries around the world that actually have hallmarking like we have in the UK. So we're already at a great advantage, or you're already at a great advantage in the UK when it comes to hallmarking, whilst the Hallmarking Act is still in place. There has been legislation recently to try and stop it. The rest of Europe are saying, well, this is something that you shouldn't enforce in the UK, but those of you seen my YouTube videos trying to protect the consumer, I'm all for keeping the Hallmarking Act in place, and that's why I'm actually one of the guardians of the UK Assay Office. Anyway, that's going off on a tangent. Let's talk about gold and diamond rings. That makes a change.
No, but you've got a good point there. What it does is it guarantees you a little bit of peace of mind. So when you see, if you're buying something that's 18 karat, you know, if you see that hallmark, you're getting 18 karat gold. And of course, you know, when we talk about gold, diamond engagement rings, that's one of the questions that many people ask. Well, do I buy 18 karat gold? Do I buy 9 karat gold? You know, what's the right metal? What should I buy?
Well, let's explain the difference. So a 9 karat gold ring guarantees that you've got 37.5% of that metal is pure gold and the rest is an alloy. When you go to 18 karat gold, you've got 75% of the ring is gold and the rest is an alloy. So why do that? Well, first of all, gold is very, very expensive. So the more pure your gold, the more valuable the gold is in the ring. But also remember, gold is very malleable. It's very, very soft as a metal. If you get a gold bar and you put it in your teeth, you can dent the gold with your teeth. It's very soft. So what we need to do is a pure 24 karat gold ring would be completely unpractical as an engagement ring, because like I say, it'll scratch, it will bend, it will warp very, very quickly. So we have to alloy the gold with other metals. So at 9 karat gold, whilst it's less expensive than 18 karat gold, it's certainly more scratch resistant, it's certainly more durable, it won't bend as much, as long as of course your jeweler is alloying it with other very strong metals.
Indeed. I think what most people look for, certainly in terms of an engagement ring, and it depends on what your budget is, it depends on how much you're going to spend. There will be many people who perhaps will, for a couple of £100, get a nice, you know, maybe a 1/4 carat diamond and put it into 9 karat, so it is very durable. But ultimately, if you're spending that little bit more, what tends to happen if I'm making an engagement ring for somebody, you'll tend to put more weight into the band if it's in 18 karat to make it more substantial.
Very good point.
But yeah, and then of course you've got the choice of whether you go for white gold, whether you go for rose gold, whether you go for yellow gold. It sounds like a minefield, but actually in many occasions, most women certainly, and even most men, have a preference in terms of what they wear. Are they a white gold person? Are they a rose gold person? Are they a yellow gold person?
Yeah, and today we're seeing some engagement rings, around 75% of what we sell today tends to be white gold over the rose golds and the yellow golds. And if you're unsure, if it's a slightly older lady, she may be more interested in yellow gold, but I would say certainly sub 35, 40, then white gold seems to be very, very popular indeed. So pick your purity, either 9 or 18. There are others in between. There's a 14 karat gold hallmark. There's also a 22, but I would not recommend, even though we make more money out of 22, I wouldn't recommend it. It's too soft. I would say stick with, in the UK, certainly 9 or 18. If you're watching this in America, then your standards there are, of course, 10 karat gold or 18 or 14. So it differs a little bit in America. Maybe 14 would be a good option. If you're watching this in Germany, then there's 8 carat gold, which, although we don't recognise that in the UK, that's a standard in America. But just to simplify, 9 or 18 in the UK, depends on your budget and really how durable you want the piece to be. And then let's talk about the diamond, because at the end of the day, the gold that you put the diamond into is just the picture frame that surrounds the picture. The key thing is the quality of the diamond that you go for. And here you're going to look at the 4 C's, you're going to look at the cut, the clarity, the colour, and the carat weight. And my wife and I have always maintained that the most important of all those 4 is, first of all, how well it's cut, because it's the cut that, of course, brings out the sparkle, and then how ice white it is. In other words, how good the colour is in the diamond.
Indeed. But most importantly, if you've never bought gold before, like Steve said, pick your gold, pick the colour, pick the purity, and then just make sure you treasure it for years to come.